I love Debbie Reynolds more than life. And because of that, I started to watch the Halloweentown films and really kind of fell in love with them. I'm not sure if these were ever in the UK when I was a child, but if I'd seen them at a younger age, I think I would have been really quite addicted to them. Halloweentown High is maybe one of my favourites because it introduces some really fascinating characters and they end up in some pretty interesting situations. So I'll talk a little bit around that, but I'm not going to give any spoilers for this. So Halloweentown High was released in 2004, directed by Mark A.Z. Dippé and written by Dan Branson. I've almost definitely mispronounced that. And stars, of course, Debbie Reynolds as the fantastic Aggie Cromwell and Kimberly J. Brown as Marnie, Joey Zimmerman as Dylan, and Emily Roeske as Sophie. And in this one, I'll read the description from IMDb, actually, which I think sums it up really nicely. A girl in a magical world bets her family's magic that nothing bad will happen when kids from Halloweentown attend high school in the mortal realm. So, the Cromwell magic is on the line here. And that in itself is pretty intense. But the fact that Halloweentown students are attending high school in the mortal realm and they're obviously not allowed to make it known that they are wizards, warlocks, witches, whatever, werewolves, is brilliant because you're waiting for somebody to slip up, you're waiting for something to happen, and of course they will still use their magic, but they're not meant to. And the scene at the mall I particularly enjoyed. I think it's a really interesting concept, something that I really like. Obviously it's not the most unique. There are many films that deal with people with magical powers in the mortal realm having to hide it, and you know they'll always get some very questionable looks from some of the mortals, and I love it. And it's a narrative that really appealed to me, and I think the execution of the plot worked really well. The costumes are great. We get some really interesting characters. The students that come across from Halloweentown, I think they're a lot of fun. Was I emotionally concerned that the Cromwells would lose their magic? I mean, marginally, yes. But I was just mostly interested in, seeing, everybody, seeing all of these different characters, these personality traits, because with the first two films, we kind of have the same cast. And with this, we have new people, and it's a lot more exciting and a lot more thrilling. Is it my favourite one? Maybe. Might be. I'm not 100% sure. But it's definitely a very strong one. And if you are a fan of the Halloweentown films and you haven't seen this one, absolutely give it a go. I think you'll really, truly enjoy it. If you haven't seen any of the other Halloweentowns, then I must say you should watch them in order because there probably will be some spoilers, I think. Ultimately, though, it's a very fun, exciting, thrilling film, and it's not the most perfect thing in the world, but considering it's a relatively low-quality film, it's not obviously a big Hollywood blockbuster production, I think it's pretty entertaining.